expand your world and realize every challenge that's ever been brought to me has made me more. I've become more so I can serve more, so I can enjoy more. That's why we're here in this life, to bring more good, more great, to bring insight, to bring strength, to bring action. That's why we're here.
Welcome to the Tony Robbins Podcast. You're listening to an episode that is part of a special season on contribution called Force for Good. We're exploring the 10 gifts of life: emotion, drive, growth, joy, gratitude, connection, consciousness, grace, presence, and forgiveness. You'll hear Tony and Sage Robbins explain each gift and hear stories of true heroes that illustrate how they show up in real life. We hope you enjoy this episode on the gift of joy.
There have been a couple days that really stand out for me when Muriel just came alive and had full gut belly laughs. One of them was recently, we were outside. We like to go sit outside, get the breeze in our hair, and it was a little sunny, so I was wearing my sunglasses, and Muriel honestly seemed a little jealous. She kept reaching for them. She kept giving me a look like, where are mine? So I asked her pointedly, I said, Muriel, would you like to wear my sunglasses? And she said, clear as day, yes. So I go, all right, lady, let's do it. I put on my sunglasses and we proceed to have the funniest 20-minute photo shoot of selfies that she was gut-busting laughing. She's giving me like West Side signals, doing like laid back in the chair like she's, super hip. It was hilarious. At one point, I'm taking a picture. I show it to her. She looks at the camera and she just starts laughing. And she didn't stop. We got the best pictures. It was just one of those days where we both were like, oh, this felt so good.
That's Michael Piper Uni. He's a comedic actor, writer, director, producer, and a caregiver for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. That story you just heard him tell is about a woman named Muriel who has Alzheimer's disease. 2 days a week, Michael comes to Muriel's memory care center and spends time with her. They go on walks outside, they do arts and crafts, they sing, she holds his hand. But a big part of what Michael does is make Muriel laugh. Michael works for a company called Laughter on Call, an organization that pairs comedians with dementia and Alzheimer's patients. For seniors that are struggling with the disease, one-on-one time with a comedian can ward off isolation and make them feel human again. It brings joy at a time that is extremely difficult for everyone, including their families and their caregivers. Joy is a short but powerful word. What it means and how we experience joy and happiness is different for everyone. You may feel joy when you're laughing so hard that it hurts, like Michael and Muriel did. There might be specific moments in your life that you felt extreme joy, like the birth of your child, or the moment you fell in love. Regardless of how you experience joy, one thing is for sure. Far too many people believe that joy is something that happens to them, instead of something that's created. Joy is a choice, purposefully made. In this episode, we're exploring the gift of joy. You're going to hear more from Michael and the founder of Laughter on Call, Danny Klein-Modisette. You'll also hear from a remarkable woman named Roz Clark, who's helping others experience joy through classical music. But first, here's a message from Tony and Sage Robbins on the gift of joy and happiness, and how we can both embrace it and create it as we move into the new year.
Our final session is on the power of joy. And when you really think about it, what does everybody want most? They just want to be happy. And yet the reality is most people aren't. Most people have all these reasons why they can't be happy, when the truth is happiness is a decision. People are as happy as they're committed to being, but more people are committed to having their life be a certain way than they are to being happy. And you know what? In our culture, we don't seem to value happiness at the highest level. It's crazy. Live in a world where there's so much available to us, so many freedoms, so many choices, but we forget the ultimate power is happiness. Happiness is a power. Happiness is an ultimate advantage. Happy people live longer. It's proven. Happy people have better relationships. Happy people are better parents. Happy people live more fulfilled lives. But what does it really mean to be truly happy? Most people think somehow happiness is out of their control. They have to try to chase it and find it somewhere. That something happens to us, when in reality, it's something we create. In fact, truthfully, most of the time, we're getting in the way of our own happiness, aren't we, honey?
Yeah, we sure do. I remember as a younger woman, I was always chasing my happiness. I was waiting until this great event happened in my life, when I got married or I had a child, or even as simple, I'd be waiting for the weekend. I'd be in my day-to-day life and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait till Friday. And I miss so much. I miss the joy of the moment. And, in this life of ours, it can be beautiful and painful and messy at times. I took myself out of the moment of the preciousness, of the grace of the moment. There's an intimacy when we step into what life is offering us. And it's beautiful because as I've aged in life experience, if there's anything I've realized is that happiness is now. Happiness is when we drop the expectation that life should be different other than what life is offering us. We don't have the privilege to repeat this moment. This very moment is precious. And I think that that's probably been the greatest gift of my own awakening or waking up to this moment of life and not wanting to sacrifice trying to chase it rather than living it.
Our invitation to you is really simple. If you can't be joyful now, it's never going to happen. You have to try your chances on the next spinning planet. So do what all great human beings do that find joy. Make the decision to be joyful. Make the decision to be happy. Make the decision to find the good. Make the decision to appreciate as opposed to judge what's happening in your life. It's maybe the most important decision you're going to make in this lifetime, because without it, everything else in life feels dull. But with it, everything in life is lifted. Why not go for causeless joy this holiday season? You don't need a reason to be happy. There's so much out there to be happy for already. Bring back that childlike awe and the wonder that comes from just being present in the moment and remembering how lucky we all are to be alive. You don't need an excuse to feel good. Give yourself the gift of pure joy, and if you give that gift to yourself, it'll be the ultimate gift you give everyone that you love. So thank you. Thank you for spending these weeks with us, checking in with us. It's been a joyous time to be with you. And thank you, my sweet love, for the joy you give me every day of my life. There's no greater gift in my life. Happy holidays, everyone. Love to you all. God bless.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you for joining us. God bless.
The number one negative emotion that people with Alzheimer's struggle with is fear. I mean, how could they not? Things are just not recognizable. So when we come in, we're just bringing like pure happiness and joy and good times and whatever it takes to do that.
That's Dani Klein-Modisett. She's an actor, comedian, and the founder of Laughter on Call, a company that brings lightness and laughter to Alzheimer's and dementia patients. Dani didn't really mean to start Laughter on Call. In fact, the company was born out of Dani's own experience moving her mother Muriel, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, from her home in New York City to a memory care facility in Los Angeles back in 2016.
So Laughter on Call really started probably back when my mother was still living in New York, although I don't think I had the idea in that moment, but she was living in New York City by herself and isolated.